Good. I'm going to go over a few housekeeping notes first, and then we'll go over to a couple little things on personalize how to personalize the new Gold Prospector. Thought this was very good, and something that kind of success doesn't come to you, you go to it. I think this, when people talk about our program here, it's really what we're talking about here. If you're using the Prospector program properly, it's all about you taking the time to develop and find new team members out there. And it really is. If you work a system, whether it's GP or any system, and do it on a consistent basis, success will come to you. It's just a matter of being persistent day in and day out, of doing the same thing over and over again and doing something in order to build your business. Okay, real quick, some housekeeping notes that I'm going to go over. Let's come over to Gold Prospector. If you guys haven't noticed, the format has changed. It is now the same as the Prosperity Central made the changes. Can't stop progress. Like it or love it, doesn't make any difference. This is what we have. The layout's pretty much the same. Just a few things in order to kind of explain the overall differences. Is number one, if you come up here to the dashboard, you can see you don't have the drop downs anymore. So when you go to your contacts, your contacts are right here, the same as they were before, and they're all laid out. One of the things that I have noticed, which I'm going to ask them if they can update. Obviously, we can't go. If you want to go from page to page, you actually got to go next all the way through. Hopefully, they'll have us where we'll be able to select a page. The one thing that is kind of nice, though, is you can easily go up and down on your leads. So if you want 25 to a page, it's all right here. So that's a good part. The other thing too is you can move your folders around very simply. If you come down to your Manage Folders, you just come down to Manage Folders like this, and then all you need to do is you can put your folders in any order you want. So if I want to take my sales funnel folders, all you have to do is just do a right click and bring it right up to whatever position you want to be in. Personal team, bring that up. Sample prospects. So you can, let's just put these in the order that I like to have mine on. So this is my call order when I call. It's like I call my Rainmaker leads, I call my sample prospects, I call my sales funnel, and personal team. So you can set these things in any order you want, and then they just stay customer. I'll bring my customers up here too. So okay, so now everything is in place. So if I come back to my contacts, to my folder, there's my Rainmaker leads, samples, sales funnel, customers, personal. So everything is laid right out there. Now, again, for creating your own folders, there's no problem. It's the same thing as it was before. Just come down here. On the websites, it's the same basic layout as the old one, so there's no major changes here. You got everything you need right here on your previews. Marketing. Now on the marketing page, it's the same layout. We don't have to drop down here. You come and find where you want to go. So if you're coming to your phone burner, it's right here. In order to find the marketing page, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to the Team Horizon marketing page here. So this will bring you on into the marketing page. Quick side note here. If you guys are ready to reorder leads, the lead code is back here on the marketing page. We're using the same ones last month. I just renewed it for another 30 days. So if you guys have already gone through your 600 leads, or if you've upgraded to the phone burner, just come back here and order another set of leads. So far I'm using the honor system. I haven't gotten into reprogramming, so you got a new code each and every month. As long as everybody consistently, we have plenty of leads back in the system. We got more leads that are going to be added into it. So you can go right back here. You can grab these leads, and again, if you're on the normal system, you should be at 600, 30 leads a day. And of course, if you got your phone burner, then you're going to be you can go back there and order 2 sets of leads. So you've got 60 leads a day coming into your system, because obviously if you're using the phone burner, you'll have the ability to come back and you'll have the ability to, to call your 60 leads on a daily basis. The other thing here is on your contacts. Make sure, no matter how whether you're aggressively or passively working this system, make sure you come back on your daily activities and make the contact accordingly to your new people that are back here. Looks like right now I've got 14 people on my daily contacts. Of course, a lot of these are team members, but I've got a few leads that I'm following up on right now. And I've just got 2 new people that just came in today on the system. So every day, if you don't do anything else, you should come back in and call your daily contacts. And again, 9 times out of 10, it's going to wind up going to a message. And of course, on your hottest prospects, you should sit here. Let's see, right now I'm looking. I've got 74 people in my hottest prospects. 20 of you guys are team members that are coming on. But I got a dilemma right now. I've actually have more people to contact than I really physically have time for. Thank God for the phone dialer and also for phone follow-up. I mean, it's kind of a good position to be in. And I've been making my calls on a daily basis, but I've not been extremely aggressive in what I've been doing. So this just kind of shows that as the leads get added into your system and you start working the system, start making the calls, it's just a matter of time before things will really start to pick up for you guys. And remember, this is a long-term deal. As you get leads added into your system today, and I am slowly building this system up to where it's going to, the leads will keep adding into your system on a daily basis. And as a month and 2 months go by and 3 months go by, you are definitely going to have you're going to start seeing leads coming in from people that have not, maybe they haven't paid any attention to your emails over the last month or two. It's not uncommon to have people all of a sudden pop in that are 2 months or 3 months down the road. That's why it's important on a daily basis to come back and look at your today's activities, because what you are going to find is that as your system matures, as you learn how to use this system, you're going to find people that have not responded maybe in the last 30 days or the last 60 days, all of a sudden have responded to one of the email campaigns that went out. And they'll show up on your daily activities. If you can contact them and encourage them to keep looking for your emails, that definitely will move them forward. Also, one of the things that as you get into the system, now if you're new to the system and just learning how to use it, don't worry about necessarily getting a custom domain yet. But when you are ready to move forward, coming back to and getting your custom domain, like mine right now is trysoul.net, it's going to make a difference over the long run as more and more people get added into the system. If you have your own custom domain name, like I have trysoul.net, that is going to keep you out. It's going to keep your system away from the major part of the people that are using the systems out there. So when it comes time for search engine times or for keeping your system whitelisted or getting your emails into the proper boxes, it just will increase your odds for that to happening over time, as long as you don't abuse your domain name. Now, here's the good news on this. Let's say by some situation that your domain gets overused in some way, your domain name, you can always go back in here and get a new domain name and drop it in there and keep it moving through. I know a few of you have been kind of concerned about the deliverability of your emails. Because we are a commercial email, and this is a commercial email account, and it is also an autoresponder, it's interesting what's going on out there. We have the highest delivery rate with this system. It's one of the reasons why we're using this. But emails are going to wind up in junk mailboxes. They're going to wind up in spam boxes. There's just no way around it. Even with I have right now an AWeber account that's 15 years old, and I have emails that are going out there. And those emails, even though those are double opted in that list, they still wind up in people's spam boxes periodically. And it all has to do with the content, what I'm emailing, and also the fact that for whatever reason, Gmail, Hotmail, AOL will just out of the clear blue sky will say, hey, we're not going to let commercial emails drop in anymore in the normal boxes and drop it down. And it can go back and forth. I know that I'm getting emails from you guys, and because I track everybody's in the system, and I get emails from your systems. And I've noticed sometimes it will go in my AOL account. Sometimes it will go right into my regular mail. Sometimes it will go right into my junk mail. It all depends on the content of the email for that day. Now, like in my CenturyLink accounts, all emails go right into my email accounts, so I have no problems with getting delivery on that. So that's not a big issue. But it just varies. Just understand that we are dealing with, you guys are getting plenty of leads in here. They're getting broadcasted out. One of the best ways to get that corrected is obviously if you let people know when you call them, say, hey, when you're looking for my email, if you can't find it in your normal box, take a look in the spam box. You may find me over there. Once they accept that and not a spam, then it should drop in without any problems. But like anything else, emails are not they're not absolutes. Even if you're sending personal emails out from your own personal account, they can wind up in spam boxes periodically. I know, as I said, the other day my email account is with CenturyLink. My internet provider is CenturyLink, and even they couldn't get their email, my bill, into my normal box. It went into my spam box. So, it's interesting. There's absolutely no ways of, it just happens. So the thing is, we keep plugging away. If you're making your phone calls, and those that get through and those that open up, it's great. The other good news is that most people, at one time or another, they eventually will drop in their spam box and look to see who's there, because if you know anything at all about emailing, and invariably you need to check in there just to make sure you're getting information, because things do get dropped down into the emails. As an example, like I just recently said, I just recently made a flight reservation for my wife to go to Michigan, and I had to go back and check, and my confirmation wound up in my spam box back in my AOL. So. You got to go back and you got to check these things. On the marketing tabs, okay, we've already gone over that. You have all your information here, and then of course on the training tab, it's the same thing here. And again, right here is the Team Horizon training page. This is your go-to place for any calls. And I've got all the Wednesday calls back here that we've done that have been recorded. Are all back here, including last week's. The July 30th and the August 6th is definitely, if you haven't had a chance to listen to those, you really need to go back and listen, because we cover a lot of details on this. All right, now, one of the things I kind of want to go over today is how to personalize your emails. And eventually, as you get into the system, and for you guys that are new, I want you, anybody that's new in this system, I know I do this especially for those who listen to this recording, is that if you're new to the system, just don't get involved right away in trying to figure out how to add the extension. The first 30 days should be totally spent on using the existing system as it's laid out and learning it. But as you start to progress, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and to start to generate your own personalized email one-touch. And I'm kind of going to go back over exactly how to do that in the training. So look at. When you come into your marketing page back here, one of the things you can do, if you take a look, we'll just go to my emails and scripts for the one touch, is I want to share something here with you guys. If you come in, I'm going to add a new one touch. And now, again, the layout's a little different here. One of the things you're going to do, if you still open it up, you still have your drop down here. So you want to make sure you put all categories in here. This way it gets out. You have your email. Same thing here. I'm going to make this personal. And then we have your subject is just like anything else. I'm just going to put test in here for right now because I'm just doing a test drawing. Email description, you still put in your description. Now, a few things that are a little different than the other system. Number one, the little brackets right here are where the HTML. So if you put your mouse over all these, it tells you what these are. Right here, when you need to put the coding in, the source code, this is where you go for the HTML. Here's where you make sure you put your template in, and this will bring in, this is a standard one. You can also do you can also develop a personal one, which is what I'm going to talk about here. And let's just take a look here. You come down to the blank template, and here is the blank template. Now this, you can go ahead and personalize your own. And really what you need to do here is you can go ahead and you can put in your own headers into this. Now one of the ways to do this is, I've talked about this before, but if you go to photobucket.com, you can actually make your own. You can make your own photos and put it into this. So I'm going to go right back into mine and kind of show you exactly what I'm doing here. You can upload your own banners and things and make your own banners. I'm going to come to my come to my library here. And I'm going to come down to one of the pictures I use for a header. Right here. So I'm going to personalize this by putting my own picture in here. So here's the coding on this. I'm just going to grab this code in a second here. As soon as it comes up, I'll be able to grab it. Ah, good. This now should be the copy. There's the copy. All right, so now I'm going to come back to my prospector here. This is why it's important. I've got the HTML code, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the code button here. And should be able to paste this in here. Hang on 1 minute. Alrighty, let's try this again. Alright, I'm not able to paste. Let's see. See, things even happen to me, guys. Take a look and see what's going on here. Okay, for some reason I can't get the message in here. Let's see if we can get this. Refresh this page. Categories. We'll just put test in here for now. Put test in here. Okay, now come down to blank template. Ah, there we go. Okay. Now I get the code. When you do a banner, you want to make it 600 pixels for width. So going to go ahead and throw that in. There's the code. Come back. There is my picture. Now, one of the things you're going to do, you go to your notepads and you want to save this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and bring up one of my sticky notes that I keep on my go. So you put notepads, sticky notes, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and you guys, if you're going to do the same thing, you're going to want to put this together and save the code. So first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put there's the picture that I'm going to save. Now I'm going to do a couple other little things here that this will make sense here in a minute. All right, first thing I want to do with this picture is I want to go ahead and highlight it. I'm going to edit it. And I want to add my personal link to it. So come up to here, and right here is the link. So I'm going to hit this. First I want to unlink it because it's got the, oops. All right, let's go back and fix this. All right, so now I'm going to add a link to it. So I'm just going to put insert a link. And I want to take out the photo bucket link here because if I send the email out, it's going to go to photo bucket. So I'm just going to take and eliminate that. And then I'm going to put in my trysoul.net. So if they click the picture, it will take them to, and it's not going to let me do that. Okay. So let's come back to here. So evidently it's not going to allow me to do that. So let's come back and all right, so I'm going to leave all enough alone. Next thing I want to do here is I'm going to bring down and come back to my code here. I made it a little bit trickier. So if you ever want to get a spacing after you put the picture in, all you need to do is just use the carrots these a couple of times. Come back here. There we go. That should give me there we go. Now, I am going to put a message in here. I'll put in the message from Dwight. And go full lanyards here. Holstead. Bold that. And I want to get it centered into here. And I know this may go a little bit, you can either, let's see here, and go ahead and hit this, and it looks like it's going to let me center it. Hey, okay, wow, now the other line didn't have this, so now I can center this message underneath here. And let's go ahead and add a color to it. Come down to the font colors. I'm going to put it in dark blue. And I want to bring the size up here. So let's change the font size. So let's bring that down to a 14. Oops, I got to highlight it first. Now let's bring it to a 14. A little bigger. 16. All right. Now I'm all set. Now I'll come back here. This is what I want to use for my header on my Personalize. So I'm going to go ahead and take my code. So now I have the complete coding here. Copy. Come back to my, and so this, I'm just going to put final for my own. And then save my code here. Paste. Okay, good. So if I save this, I can come back every time I want to do a personalized email, whether I'm doing an email campaign or one touch. All I have to do is come and grab this code each time, and I can put it back in here. So come back here. Now I can go ahead and put my test copy in here. I can write whatever copy or whatever ad I want to run. One thing, let's just go ahead and do that. I actually have, Vance just recently put out something, so let's go ahead and do that. Here's a kind of a campaign that Vance has put out, Live with the Dream. So actually, I can take and use his email. I'm going to go ahead and just copy this and do a copy. Come back over to here. Bingo. So there is the email that Vance sent out. So I can go ahead and do this. Now I want to put my own link in here, so I'm just going to put my standard. Click here. Go ahead and where I want to send them. Here's my hyperlink. So I'm going to insert my link. And here, HTTP. TrySoul.net. And what's nice with this is right here it says open link in new tab. So now they can keep the email. I'm going to go ahead and make it open on a new tab. So I'm going to go ahead and insert. And so now I took Vance's letter. So I've got my header up here instead of Prosperity Central, message from Dwight, and then there's what Vance had. And I can now go right on down here, and then I can put in best regards. And then Holston. All right, so now I'm done, so I can go ahead and I'll hit my save my changes. It's now saved. I want to hit a preview. Now this one is going to be a little different. I'm going to go ahead and preview what it looks like. So I'm going to hit preview. Now, if you don't have your pop-ups, what you have right up here is this click here. Just open this up in a new window. If your pop-up blocker is not on, then it will just bring it up when you do it. But if you do have pop-up blockers, okay. All right. Like everything else is live, it's not going to bring it up. Normally, if you hit this, it's going to bring up the previous. Let's go ahead and come back to your scripts. Here's my test. Let's go ahead and open it up here. All right, so there's the email. And so I can come back, and now I can do, on every email that I'm going to add to my system, all I need to do now is come back to if I come back to my notes, I've saved in my notepad, here's my header that I can put in. And so right now I can use this as my standard message from Dwight. And so here's my copy. So I've now personalized it. Now you can make up your own banners, or you can add your own photograph in this and put it. There's all kinds of different things you can do, but it'd be nice to go ahead and design one of your own headers and put in here, and then run down and just personalize it. I know a few are already doing this, and you've already added your pictures in, and so you can go back and you can actually take all the campaigns I have back there, all the email campaigns that I'm doing back there, and you can start to put it and make it all personalized. The one thing about marketing in general, and especially what we're doing here, anything you can do to make you stand out from the crowd, to get people to get a feeling that you're a real person. And again, I heard it again this week when I called one of my prospects. They were amazed. Number one, I was giving them a call, and number two, there was a real person behind the email campaign. And so when I called them, and they actually had responded off of one of my ads, I just say, look, I'm the guy that was in the yellow shirt on that email. Oh, yeah, I remember that. And so this adds a whole little different personal touch. Remember, we are in the people business. This is all about creating relationships. One of the best ways to do it is to start getting things branded to you. If you, on your Facebook, if you have your pictures there and you put it here and you add it into it, people will begin to identify. And it's amazing when people can visualize who you are. And it just makes things, when you call and talk to them, it's amazing how the conversation can change because you're no longer that obscure, unknown factor out there they can kind of see. So in this, message from Dwight, and think about the things we send out there. You're going to get a quick message from Dwight. Just think about how if this is personalized, how it can make a difference. And Vance has been sending out a lot of good stuff out there, and so if you've been following that and back on the Soul Patrol and Soul Team 6, you can take this information and put it in here. Also, testimonials are the same thing you can do. If you take a look, like here's a testimonial from a rep we have. Let me just kind of share what I did here. See, here's one I just sent out recently. See how this is all customized? I got here, click here for more information. And then here's a testimonial that somebody gave about why he started the business. These things, you can start generating your own stuff. And this is interesting. This email right here I sent out the other day on all the prospects I have in the system now open this email up. So when I call them back, and I actually had one person call me the other day off of this, this lets them know there's other people involved here. And so as you start finding things that are interesting, and here's kind of the rule of thumb that I use. If it's of interest to you, then it probably be of interest to other people that are like you. And one of the things we want to do is we want to bring in people that are like us. So if you start sharing more information and more testimonials, and you can add these into your system, then it just puts us that one step closer to being a little different. And now this is definitely branded to me. As you can see here, there's nothing here about the gold prospect or anything else. This is just an email that they're getting. So again, once you've got the coding in here, if I want to make a new one-touch, if I want to make another email, go ahead and drop this down, and we'll go to all categories. I'm going to put in here, we're going to make this just test 2 for simplicity. My subject line is test 2. Come down here, do my templates. I'm going to just do a blank one. It brings it up here. Now, if I go to my notepad, or in this case, my sticky note, run my copy, come back here and hit my source code, go ahead and paste that in, come back here. There we go. I'm all set. I can go ahead and put whatever copy I want to put into this. And so this is, just put test 3 for right now, test 2. Put in my test code along that line. Now I'll just go ahead and hit my save. And that's now been saved in there. See if the preview works this time. There we go. The button, now the preview worked. Who knew why it didn't work before? But anyways, so there it is. So whatever my ad copy's in there it's all personalized, and that's it. I am in the process of learning how, and I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I will be adding some more templates back into the system that will be RAIN orientated in business. So we will have some personalized templates added into the system. Just figuring out how to add it in there right now. So once I get it all figured out and get in there, there will be some other templates back here. So this is a lot. Here you go. So you come back here. You've got the prospect template, you got the member templates, and then now you got the blank templates, and you can go ahead and you can add your own into here. And as you can see, I've been playing around with a few things that haven't quite got all the bugs worked out, but when I get it figured out, I will have some specialized templates back here that will be orientated to RAIN, so we can really get this site even more customized all the way through. Still learning how to do it, and I'm learning how to plug it into this system. It's actually one of the things that this upgrade has allowed me to do. It has actually allowed me to go ahead and do a little bit of extra programming and different things in here in order to make this system even more customized as we go along. Okay, let's take a look here. I think that's all saved. Come back to my emails and scripts. I want to real this side note on this. Also, there's my test too. If you haven't learned, the other thing we can do with this now is you can take and you can put your emails in any order that you want. So when I come back to my contacts, and I am going to contact my hottest prospects. Let's say I want to broadcast all these. I can go ahead and just click here, come up and send my emails. And select. And so let's say I was going to use my test email. As you can see, there it is. So I could actually go ahead and broadcast this out immediately. Now I got to put a subject in order to do that. But that's it. So you can start generating your own personalized email campaigns with using the system. See, here's another email I have. This one I sent out, which is try it. You're going to like it. And as you can see, this is personalized. And this is where I'm asking people to I want people to take a look at my page and hopefully get the samples. So, and I have all my information in here. I'll just go ahead and broadcast this one out. I haven't done it yet today. So, that's 75 people back here right now. So we'll go ahead and broadcast that out. So that's pretty much all there is to that in order to make this a little bit more advanced. A couple of things with this new system that are with the new layout. One of the things I've noticed on a couple that it is faster. Also, this new format is also laid out to make it more compatible for all the tablets and people that are on phones right now. Smartphones and tablets are getting to be a big deal, and I would say right now I've been keeping track of the videos. About 30 to 40% people that are watching the videos that I'm producing right now are being watched on some type of Android device, either a tablet or a. Hang on a minute, let me change phones. Okay. So they're either being covered by a tablet or they're being watched on their phone. So one thing that they've done here on this change is they made this a lot more compatible for being able to get our emails both on the new smartphones and also on tablets. They still don't have all the bugs. I've had a couple people in the group that have contacted me, and they have not. Some of the videos and things haven't been working, but that's an issue with the manufacturer of those tablets, not so much not so much the system itself. And I think as things progress, a lot of that should be fixing it on its own as well. All right, okay, it's not bad. Question here. Let me just take a look. how about adding a link like Dr. Susan? Is that Linda? Is that in reference to the? You're on the phone. I'm going to open up the line for any questions. Hang on a minute.
You are now unmuted.
All right, Linda, what was your question?
Like you just created that personalized page, then adding a link to it, like Dr. Susan or any of the other capture pages you have in the back there. How is?
Yeah, all you need to do is. Yeah, all you need to do then would be you come back to your marketing page, come back to your capture pages, and you want to, here's your links right here, the direct link. So all you need, if you want to use that capture page or Dr. Susan, just come back down here to, that's fine, I know I got Dr. Susan here. Here we go, here's Dr. Susan. So just grab that link and then you would put it over into your customized email. And I find probably the best, you can drop the link in as a whole, but I always put click here now or something like that, and then you hyperlink that statement. And that's the easiest way to do it. One of the things that's also important when you do send out these links is also make sure you've got your capture page going to where you want to direct it to. Now, if you don't do it, it's always going to default back over to your GP site. So all you do is just copy and paste and drop them in, and there you go. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Yeah, you sure?
I kind of like to see it do it.
Oh, you want me to put it in?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's easy. All right, let's go. I'm going to copy this, and then we'll come back up to home. Come back to marketing. Come back to my emails and scripts. And let's edit test 2. All right, so on this one, if I wanted to add Dr. Susan, I just put, Dr. Susan. And if I put click here now, right here is where the hyperlink goes. So I want to highlight this. First thing I do is highlight this. Come back over here, hit insert link. Go ahead and hit paste it in there. There's the link. And then I just go ahead and make sure I check this off for open the link, insert, and then hit save changes. So you've got the background noise. If you want to hit *6, that can block you out. And so there's the link. Make sure I saved it. Save changes. Okay, it's been saved. So if I come back to my email script, here's my test 2. So let's take a look. All right, so there's the hyperlink. I just click on that. And as you can see, it opens up a new page. So that's it. So there's Dr. Susan. And of course, you got to click to play that. And one thing I do like with the new system is I like the pictures they have in here now. So that makes it nice. So there you go. Does that help? Linda?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. Any other questions? You guys, if you're online, you can just type them right in. We've got a couple of minutes before I close this out. All right. Look at guys. This is something you can go back, you can play with a little bit and learn how to do it. Don't go crazy with it. Priority number 1 as you're working your business. I mean, obviously, it's all about planning your business and moving forward. I highly recommend that in any course of your day, spend the first, if you're going to do anything at all, make sure you make your contacts, because if you're not contacting people, you're not inviting people into your business, then you're not going to have a business, because this is all about inviting people. But after if you have your goal set up that you're going to contact 10 people a day or 20 people a day, whatever, after you've accomplished that fact, after you've made your contacts, those individuals, and if you have an extra half hour or so, take the time to learn how to start to do this. Don't go crazy with it. This call has been recorded, so it will be back there in the trainings. But a lot of this is kind of intuitive. The coding aspect, probably on how to get the codes, and again, maybe kind of a stumbling block for a few of you. Again, it's not compulsory to go ahead and do this kind of stuff, but it's just a matter of learning. But if you come back, let's come back to one of the things that you can do is whenever you type, like on this letter here, I can get the full, if I come back right here against this brackets, and there's the whole code to that letter. If you take and you can copy and paste from another source and put it in here. So if you need to get coding of some kind, you can always come back in here. Let's say I want to generate, this will really become important. If I want to use something that's in this letter and put it on, let's say, one of my capture pages, I need the code in order to do that, you can come back here and get the code and it's just transfer it over. But this is where you got to go for the source code. Again, photobucket.com is free photos. Oh, one other thing I was going to share with you guys real quick. If you want to do your own thing, let me just bring it up here. I'm just going to show you how I make my banners, because you were asking me about that. PowerPoint. I use two things on my computer to generate, like this banner right here. And remember, the banners, you want to keep the width of about 600 pixels in width. With PowerPoint, what it does, blank layout. The reason why I use PowerPoint is I just find it's just so easy to maneuver around it. If I want to grab a picture, desktop, let's see here. Okay, that's doing it. I think right here. So I'm gonna, let's say I want to grab that picture. So there's a picture I want to use. And now I come over here and I want to put in a Word box. So I can just go ahead and let's put in a text box. And if I want to just make it something simple, message from Homestead. And let's say I want to put independent. Rain distributor. Something simple like this, and so I want to put a little message along this line. Once I have this laid out, and there's other things you can do. If you have a screen capture, I use one that's in my tools. There's quite a few different free capture pages or screen captures you can use. I have what's called a snippet, and when I bring the snippet up, then all I need to do here is I can just take a real quick snapshot of that. Go ahead and save this. And just test banner. Okay, that is now saved. Now, if I go to my photo bucket, I can find that banner. Once you play around with this, you'll be amazed at all the different things you can do. Let me go to you can get really creative with this stuff. Go to my snippet. And test banner. Okay, I now have, it now has my banner here that I just generated. And go ahead and click on that. There's my code, so there's my banner. And all I need to do is click on that. Now, one of the things I do want to make sure, that it's, so I'm going to go ahead and hit edit. Kind of see how this system works real quick. Not how quick it's going to be, but we'll see. Once it brings it up, I can resize this. So we'd like to keep it at 600 in width. So let's see what size my original picture is. Here we get the resize. So I'm going to go ahead and just make this 600 because I don't want to be wider than that. This automatically makes the adjustments. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Save. Now it's saving that. Still saving. Okay, so now I can hit the link here. Copy. All right, copy. So now if I come back to here, and let's just say I want to delete that. And now I want to put a new picture in here. So I'll come back to hit my code. Come right here. Paste that new code in there. Come back to here. And there's my new picture I can go ahead and just hit save. I'll hit save. So now if I come here to, oops. Scripts. There's my test 2. See, so now I've got a new format that I can use. So there's my header on a customized email. So I could actually use this as my customized email that I send out. So maybe if I want to send out additional information, again, it's a more personalized list. People know who I am. So that's photobucket.com. If you need a site, I've been using PhotoBucket for years, and it's free, so you can't go wrong with that. And it gives you all the things you need to do in order to get the code that is necessary in order to put it into your system. So if you learn how to play with these things and add them in there, you can do a lot of different things. So PowerPoint becomes my go-to for adding things, because let's say I want to do another insert. Let's say I want to put another little picture in here. Let's do something that might be of interest. Okay, I can throw this little banner in here. So then I can take a picture of that, and now I've got another. So there's all kinds of things you can do. You can change this around any different size you want. Then by just taking a snapshot, the other thing that's also fun to do with this, if I want to change the background, I have to format the background. Let's say I want to put some color into this. Put some color. Let's put a pattern. All right, put a pattern in here. All right, let's say I want to do that. Back to my snippet. Oh no, I did the wrong thing.
You are now muted.
All right, come back to my snippet program. Get rid of that. New. All right, as you can see, I now have another folder. That's why I love the PowerPoint, because you can do all kinds of things with that. And then you take a cut. So there's another banner that I can use. I can actually put this on a banner program. You can put hyperlinks into this. You can do all kinds of things. So for those of you that want to make your own banners and set it up, this is one way of doing it. You can come in here, and it makes a nice looking banner you can put together. There you go. All right, any other questions or anything? I think I've covered a lot to confuse you guys for the day. All right, well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and oops, got one more. Let me just take a look here. Richard, as far as the videos, right now they're not set up. If you're using the prospector, they have to hit it doesn't play automatically. I can do it with my other platform though. And so that's it. All right, guys. You got any additional questions, you're more than free to give me a call or go ahead and send me a quick email. Again, this recording will be up in the back, and if you need to replay this, you can go back. But, you know, getting back there and using the system and learning how to customize and making it personalized to you just takes it that one more step. And remember, this is all about marketing and branding. The more you can do to brand yourself, the more you can do to let people know who you are and what we do, and the more they can personalize this. I mean, what else is it? People go here and they see who you are. It doesn't become more personal than that. That's why I'm a big advocate of using Facebook, because if you use Facebook and tell people to go back there and look for you, they get to know you and they get to be a person they like, know, and trust, then they will do business with you, and that's just the next step in things. All right, everybody, have a great week, and I look forward to, I'll be doing a call next week as well, and don't forget about the team call tonight. So let's go on out there. Keep making contacts, keep building up that list, and let's make it rain, guys. You guys have a great day now. Bye.